Heresy Crucible updates! Hello everyone, it's the Crucible Strike Team here, and we have a lot to get into before Heresy releases. If you don't care about the details and just want the high-level stuff, check out the list below. If you really want to dive into how and the why of the changes we are making, read on. Trials of Osiris Rework for Heresy move Trials away from a flawless-based system to get 7 wins on a card system that rewards win streaks with multiple tiers and exclusive aesthetic rewards for higher win streaks. Provide a selectable alternative experience that is closer to Iron Banner in terms of reward structure and matchmaking to get more players into Trials ecosystem. Adding new rewards including an armor set, ghost shell, ship, sparrow, and emblem. Simplify engagement and matchmaking systems. Now, skill and player score stat competitive point system rework. We want skill to be more transparent and easily understood so players can get a better feeling of where they sit or how they perform relative to other players in their game. Competitive point gains should feel like they make sense and give you more agency over climbing the ranked ladder. Now, playlist reorganization, using what we've learned over the last year, consolidate and solidify our playlist to options that better represent the experience Destiny PvP can offer without splitting the population into too many separate slices. Yeah, consolidation is good, especially when there's only like 6 of us playing. Introduce Iron Banner Quick Play, which offers a more relaxed variant of Iron Banner, using our open skill matchmaking to provide a minimum stratification and focus on the less serious game modes. Ability Sandbox updates, we aren't going to spend too much time discussing the ability tuning, as much of it is self-explanatory and have a lot to discuss in terms of other 3 items. So general, baseline Crucible ability cooldown penalty increase from 15 to 20%. Supers go to 20 to 25%. Okay. Prismatic only. Unpowered knockout melees will no longer spawn diamond lances and kills against players. That's huge. Active energy refund on Prismatic decreased by 20% in Crucible. Let me move my head down. Active energy refund on Prismatic decreased by 20% in Crucible. This affects energy refunds from things like Gambler's Dodge, Shiver Strike, and Armor Mods, but generally excludes exotic effects. Added a 10% cooldown penalty to supers, so there is more of a trade-off to picking these subclasses and modes where super timing can be vitally important, like Trials or Comp. All right, let's move on, guys. This is some huge changes to Trials. Trials of Osiris. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Trials of Osiris has several problems we are looking to solve with this rework. Primarily, Trials is perceived as simply not fun or rewarding for average to below average players. In terms of rewards, there has been a lack of new aesthetic rewards, especially motivational ones of high skill players, and our weapon rewards have not consistently been best in class. Yeah, I mean, some of them are really good, but yeah. Some of them are definitely a miss. And that's a fault of the archetype that it belongs to, not necessarily the weapon itself. The game mode itself is not always fun to play at a high stress level. While we have made strides to address this with 8.1.5.3 weapon tuning and 8.2.0 ability tuning mentioned above, we're also making some minor changes to the Dominion game mode to improve the experience. Finally, we want to solve the issue where fireteam-based matchmaking can make it too difficult to play with friends, but we need to do this in a way that does not sacrifice the enjoyment of our solo players who make up most of the population. The solution we landed on needed a bit of extra time in the oven, but is currently scheduled to be released alongside Heresy Act 2. The Trials of Osiris Rework for Heresy. To solve the above problems for Heresy's first Trials launch on February the 14th, we have improved the reward story by stepping back from requiring flawless to earn the lion's share of rewards. Instead, we'll focus on rewarding all players while giving exclusive aesthetic rewards to those who demonstrate the highest skill. Simplify how players engage with Trials and streamline the matchmaking states to make it more obvious how you are being matched with opponents. Improve the game mode's rules to encourage a focus on fighting first and zone control second, while still directing players to points of conflict around the map and encouraging aggressive play over passivity. At the core of this rework is one mantra. We want to build a game mode that more people can enjoy with rewards on par with in-game PvE activities. Now, experiences. We're moving to offer a handful of different experiences within Trials so players can choose in which way they want to participate. To help simplify the process, we've reduced the number of passages available to players from Saint 14 to 2. I mean, let's be real, most of us are probably only using just Mercy, right? 1 for each initial experience. Now, the Lighthouse Passage. Let's talk first about the Lighthouse Passage, which grants access to the fabled simulation on Mercury. This experience is like what players currently get when they are playing on a Mercy, Ferocity, or Persistence card, but our goal is to move Trials away from a flawless or bust-based system to a get 7 wins on a card longest win streak system. Lighthouse for everyone, but much better rewards for longer win streaks. So you get better rewards for the longer win streaks. Utilizes open skill matchmaking. Fellas, how are we feeling about this? Don't have to go flawless. You just got to get 7 wins. And the bigger your... And I'm really curious, like, what's the cap here? What do you got, like a 30 win streak going on here? Can we get a poll on this? Is this a W change or no? Now, all you need to do is win 7 games on a Lighthouse Passage, and you'll earn entrance to the Lighthouse regardless of how many losses are on the card. The Lighthouse chest rewards are now broken up into 2 times. Repeatable rewards that you can earn every time you complete a Lighthouse passage and open the chest. Weekly win streak rewards from 1 to 7 wins in a row, which can be earned once per week and must be true win streaks. There are no mercies here. Note, earning a higher tier weekly win streak reward will grant all lower tier weekly win streak rewards that have not yet been claimed. Now, repeatable Lighthouse chest rewards earned on every Lighthouse visit until a flawless passage is earned. Enhancement Prism 1 to 2. Base Trials Weapon times 1. Trials Armor. Assyrian Ciphers times 3. Ascendant Shard chance 45%. The Adept Trials Weapon chances. You have 2 chances to earn Adept Trials Weapons with each Lighthouse chest. The chances for a drop are dependent on your highest weekly win streak and the number of wins completed as a full fire team. These chances are not additive. They are separate, meaning if you win 7 games as a trio and get a 3-win streak, you will get 2 adepts from the Lighthouse chest. If you win 1 game as a trio and get a 1-win streak, you have a 15% chance and 30% chance for an adept, so you could still get 2 adepts. What? Let me reread this bullshit again. Adept Trials Weapon chances. You'll have 2 chances to earn Adept Trials Weapons with each Lighthouse chest. The chances for a drop are dependent on your highest weekly win streak and the number of wins completed as a full fire team. These chances are not additive. They are separate, meaning if you win 7 games as a trio and get a 3-win streak, you'll get 2 adepts from the Lighthouse chest. All right, so hold on. This example right here. If you win 7 games as a trio and you get a 3-win streak, you'll get 2 adepts from the Lighthouse chest. Oh my God, that's a lot. That's like everyone going flawless right now. Okay, so if you win 1 game as a trio and you get a 1-win streak, you still have that 15% chance and 30% chance for an adept. So you could still get 2 adepts. Oh my God, dude, adepts are just going to be raining. What that really just means, more loot, dude, more loot, whether you're winning or not. I mean, you got to win some. You got to win a little bit. But I mean, like that, the point is, it's like, even if you're on a one game win streak, you know what I mean? 1 win streak, you still have a 15% chance and 30% chance. Now, weekly win streak. This chance is based on the longest win streak you have earned this week, not the longest win streak on your current passage. 1 win, 30%, 2 wins, 60%, 3 win or more, 100%. Now, wins as trio. This chance is based on how many of your wins on the way to the Lighthouse were done as a full fire team. If all 7 wins were done as a full fire team, you were guaranteed at least 1 adept regardless of your longest win streak. So 1 win, 7 wins, 15% and 100 I get. So obviously still emphasizing trying to push trios, trying to get us to do trios. By the way, we just did a poll right now. Lighthouse passage changes to get there and to get flawless rewards, a W change. Everybody's saying this is a W change. 84% right now. All right, weekly win streaks. Reward packages for each win streak milestone can be claimed once per week and are in addition to the repeatable Lighthouse chest rewards. Note, earning a higher tier weekly win streak reward will also grant all lower tier weekly win streak rewards that have not yet been claimed. So 1 win streak, enhancement core 3 to 5 times, enhancement prism times 1, shard times 1, adept mod times 1, ghost shell 50 progress points. The system will be explained in the reward section below. Harden my trial emblem, the 2 win streak rewards right here, the Assyrian ciphers goes up to times 2, the 3 win streak reward, the 4 win. Okay, 5. Okay, yellow Trials Glow. Assyrian Cipher, base Trials Weapon, Trials Memento, Trials Vehicle, Trials Ghost Shell, okay, Trials Shader, and notice it's got the progress points on this as well. Trials Shaders and Flawless Emblems. 6 win streak reward, white Trials Glow, Enhancement Prism times 2, and then 7 win streak, Flawless Passage, red Trials Glow, Adept Weapon, base weapon, unlocks new Flawless Passage, enables progress on new stat tracker for flawless win streak. Now, the completed Lighthouse passage. After you've earned access to the Lighthouse, your passage was changed to a completed Lighthouse passage. Oh boy. Utilizes weekly performance-based matchmaking if everyone in your fire team is on a completed Lighthouse, flawless, or Trials passage. We will be experimenting with using weekly performance to allow us to match mixed skill fire teams that exclusively play together based off of their cumulative performance for the weekend instead of off of individual skill. Utilizes open skill if anyone in your fire team is on a Lighthouse passage. Now, the experience is like what players currently get when they are playing on a flawed card after having visited the Lighthouse. Players who continue playing on a completed Lighthouse passage will get extra rewards on wins based on their highest weekly win streak and described below. If you still have not earned all weekly win streak rewards, you can reset your Lighthouse passage and try again. Now, additional rewards for longer win streak. As mentioned, players who have gone to the Lighthouse and continue to play on a completed Lighthouse passage will get additional rewards for their highest weekly win streak. Higher win streaks can increase your drop chances compared to the lower ones or allow chances to gain additional exclusive rewards. We're also experimenting with mini jackpot rewards for materials, which are small additional chances to earn double or triple rewards. Here's a look at how your chances for these additional rewards increases with your win streak. Okay. All right. So you see the win streaks up here, right? And then it shows the percentages here. What is this? Enhancement Prism times 3 goes from 0.5% at 2 win streak to 1%. For a flawless passage? Yeah, it's based on win streaks now. 25 to 33. I mean, some of these are like whatever. Right? All right, flawless passage. Players who have earned all 7 weekly win streak rewards will be awarded a flawless passage, and all the repeatable lighthouse chest rewards will be folded into their post-win drop chances alongside higher chances to earn cosmetics and the new Trials emblem. This will also allow players to progress the flawless win streak stat tracker, which tracks the longest win streak earned while playing on a flawless passage. Now, this experience is most comparable to players resetting their cards and going for additional flawless runs, with the focus now on one long continuous win streak instead of multiple separate lighthouse runs. One wrinkle is that earning those long win streaks may be slightly more challenging than it has been in the past. Interesting. Now, it utilizes weekly performance-based matchmaking if everyone in your fire team is on a completed lighthouse, flawless, or trials passage. Because we expect there to be very few players who can earn this passage, it works on a hybrid system where it will spend only a short period of time looking for other similar players before reverting to open skill so that it does not increase matchmaking times or reduce connection quality. It utilizes open skill if anyone in your fire team is on a lighthouse passage. So yeah, it really is going to be like a hybrid system. Essentially, like it's the open skill plus like essentially skill-based matchmaking. You know what I mean? How long it takes for it to knock off, I don't know. Now, earning the flawless passage weekly will be the only thing that increments the new flawless lighthouse passage stat tracker. The previous tracker of flawless tickets has been unlocked and will no longer increase, but can still be displayed on emblems. I'm still going to play solo. I do better with randoms. I mean, the problem with trios, and again, that they're really trying to incentivize trios. The problem with trios is it's a good chance you're going to go up against a stack of 3. That's going to be really, really good. All right, the Trials of Osiris passage. We want to provide a separate place of trials that's more like Iron Banner in terms of rewards and matchmaking to get additional players into the ecosystem. If you're asking why we would want to make any part of trials more like Iron Banner averages more than 3 times the daily participation of trials. In the last 48 months, trials has had more than 20% daily participation only 18 times, which is actually the exact same number of days that Iron Banner has had less than 20% participation. In fact, the worst performing Iron Banner we had during that period still had almost identical participation to the best performing run of trials over the same period. Damn, brother. Even Iron Banner's whooping that ass. Compared to Iron Banner, players who are not able to consistently go flawless find trials to be unapproachable due to both the lack of rewards and how unfair many of the games feel with randomized matchmaking and lobby balancing. For a mode that needs a high population to thrive, this is problematic. I mean, yeah. Because many average and below average skill players do not participate in the current version of trials at all due to the perception that flawless is impossible and the experience will be negative. This leads to a baseline skill creep that on average makes trials 10 to 50% harder than normal PvP and perpetuates the cycle. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, of course. Iron Banner, despite it being pretty sweaty, is more approachable. And there's, you know, you don't have, I mean, you still have people that are sweating in that playlist, but you know, it's a good mix. And also the rewards inside of Iron Banner, especially like Tenacia and stuff like that, it incentivizes PvE players to play. It's such a huge incentive. Now, this experience builds off the practice pool, which despite the lower population has helped keep average and below average player participation trials over the last several months, 20% higher than the similar low point from before the 2021 rework. Utilizes weekly performance-based matchmaking if everyone in your fire team is on a completed lighthouse, flawless, or trials passage. Now, this passage allows players to take advantage of the improvements to the base reward structure of trials that we will detail below: increased reputation, rewards for win and losses, challenges, earning ghost shells, etc. With a matchmaking system that is fair, lower stakes, and none of the stress of worrying about a loss and negating progress. We still want to motivate trying to win, so the Trials of Osiris passage provides a healthy reputation bonus of 75 to 150 per win, depending on your current rank with same 14. Now, playing on this passage will give you access to all of the following rewards. Wins will grant reputation, base reputation plus the Trials passage rep bonus, chance for an Ingram, chance for a base Trials weapon, small amount of progress point towards the Trials ghost shell. Losses granted, reputation 10 times more than what is currently given for losses, chances for a base Trials weapon. Okay, so you're still getting stuff for losses. So literally just play. Literally just play. You're gonna get stuff. Additive extras. Playing in a full fire team grants win or loss, bonus rep, chance for a base Trials weapon, chance for an Ingram. Playing with a clanmate grants win or loss, bonus rep. Challenges, reward pinnacles plus trial armor pieces, winning 50 rounds, winning 7 games. Now, rewards. Now that we talked about how the Trials experience will be updated, let's go over the specific rewards that Trials of Osiris will offer and talk about some changes to the way they are granted. New armor. Armor pieces will now be able to be earned from Ingrams until they have been unlocked, either via challenges or from the Lighthouse chest rewards. Oh my God. How we feeling about this, huh? How we feeling about this? Is it drippy? Does it look good? Brother, you? What? I think it just needs another paint job. You got the emblem. You got the, you know, you got the sparrow, got the ship. Look, man, I've never seen a good looking hunter in my life. I mean, this is about the best you guys can look anyway. So I think it looks all right. Oh, there's my warlocks. Oh, okay. Not bad, warlocks. Not bad. Oh my God. That That's a fucking Guardian right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hot damn it, that looks good. Now, news cosmetics. Cosmetics are earned on a point system. Various actions give you points such as completing challenges, winning games, or opening the lighthouse chest. Your chance of getting a cosmetic from these actions increases exponentially as your total points increases. If you hit the upper limits of points in one of the pools, 1,000 points, you are guaranteed a cosmetic from that pool. Earning any cosmetic from the pool resets your points. Now, cosmetics are divided up into vehicles, ships, and sparrows, which are exclusive to players who can earn high win streaks, and ghost shells, which all players can earn. But it's faster if you go to the lighthouse and get higher win streaks. In Heresy, we will be introducing a new ship and sparrow along with a new ghost shell. All the existing Trials of Osiris vehicles will be in one pool, and all Trials of Osiris ghost shells will be in the second. These are knockout lists, meaning you cannot get duplicates. I don't believe it when I see it. So if you play enough, you'll eventually earn them all. The new Trials emblem, Lighthouse Keeper, will also be earned this way exclusively for players who can get the upper win streaks. That's a good looking emblem. Yeah, that's a fiery looking emblem right there. Now, new weapons. To start the episode, we'll be bringing back an old favorite in the Exalted Truth with some great new perk combos. We'll also be introducing a new sniper rifle, Keen Thistle, which is designed to give Macabre a run for its money. All right, so it's going to be, what is Macabre, chat? That high impact, or aggressive, and has at least one wild perk combo for PvE2. Triple tap, 4 times the charm, they catch your eye. But after the recent sniper buffs, don't sleep on Discord plus incandescents. What does this thing look like? Hold on. I've seen this gun model before. Oh, it's a little different. Whoa. It's a little different. Everybody in here making some assumptions right now. It's got the thing on top of the scope. Look at that. Looks like Long Shadow, though. Possibly. Now, Keen, this is solar aggressive sniper rifle. Left column, snapshot, lone wolf, under pressure, incandescent, envious arsenal, sick draw, triple tap. Right column, opening shot, closing time. The camera just fell. Origin traits, Trials, Crucible. Okay. Oh, it's going to be okay. Exalted Truth is also making a return. Void adaptive hand cannon. Left column slide shot. Lone wolf destabilizing rounds. Moving targets in moment. Keep away. Withering gaze. Right column Eye of the Storm. Opening shot. Precision instrument. Magnificent. How? What? A redacted perk. One for all. Repulsor brace. Origin traits. Trials, Crucible, and Suros. All right. They're giving it Mag Howl. Man, what a poopy hand cannon to give Mag Howl, though, right? Does anyone here actually like Exalted Truth? And it's got Withering Gaze as well in that left column. All right, might be something juicy, guys. Might actually be good. All right, we'll also be adding a third weapon into this group later in the episode as part of a late season refresh. The Inquisitor. Art Precision Slug Shotgun. Left column, Envious Assassin, Lone Wolf, Offhand Strike, Loose Change, Perpetual Motion, Slide Shot, Threat Detector. Right column, Bait and Switch, Closing Time, Cascade Point, Fragile Focus, Jolting Feedback, Opening Shot, Precision Instrument. All right. I mean, good rolls for PvE and PvP. Origin traits, Trials, Crucible, and Suros. Now, going along with this, we have increased the Assyrian Cypher cap to 30 from 10. We've also removed the requirement to earn the Adept weapon each week. It is available. And it now only needs to be earned once and then can be focused in subsequent weeks when it was the featured weapon. That's a good change. All right, now Pinnacle Challenges. The Pinnacle Challenge remains unchanged in terms of how they are completed, but they now grant a piece of Trials armor in addition to the Pinnacle gear. Win 50 rounds, Trials Challenge, Pinnacle gear drop, Trials armor ×1, Trials Ghost Shell, 40 progress points, win 7 games, Saint 14 challenge, Pinnacle gear drop, and Trials armor ×1. All right. Now, rep gains. We've increased the amount of reputation gain on losses by 10 times and added a new bonus that is earned by playing in a fire team with clanmates. Okay, all right, these are all good. You can see all the big jumps here. Base rewards. We've added a new set of base rewards for wins and losses that will be added to the existing Trials completion rewards, but for players in any fire team configuration. Base win, base Trials weapon 50%, Trials income 33%, Ghost Shell. Yeah, they literally just went over this above, but I guess they're just breaking it down even further. Now, the minion game mode quality of life change. While the sandbox changes outlined above and in the 8.1.5.3 patch represent the bulk of our work towards making Trials gameplay a more enjoyable experience, we're also making some changes to the game mode itself. We want to encourage players to engage in combat first, with the zone being utilized more as a focal point and to break stalemates and less to win rounds quickly outright. So zone now spawns after 40 seconds instead of 30. Zones take 20 seconds to capture, up from 15. And neutral special ammo crates spawn in 30 seconds instead of 20 seconds. How y'all feel about this? Sounds good on paper. I kind of like the objective mode just simply because it moves people and it speeds up the matches pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Now, fire team-based matchmaking. We'd, of course, be remiss if we did not mention fire team-based matchmaking. Before we explain the changes we're going to be making in Heresy Act 2, we want to provide you with some background on why we cannot simply remove fire team matchmaking from Trials. Statistically, fire team-based matchmaking has kept solo players playing much more frequently than the old freelance weekend system did. If we were to remove fireteam matchmaking and revert to freelance weekends, it would not increase the number of trios or improve their experience. It would simply decrease the number of solos playing most weeks. Below is an example of how the population split worked before fireteam matchmaking. Trio players did not increase when freelance went away, but solo players decreased dramatically. Most solo players only played during freelance weekends. On average, less than 25 of them stuck around during non-freelance weekends. Instead, starting in Heresy Act 2, we will allow duos to match trios right off the bat in both trials and competitive. This will continue to allow duos to play with our 3v3 playlist without making it feel like an advantage that they can avoid trios. Oh man, I love playing duos, man. We have not enabled this in the past because for the solo player that gets brought into the match to fill out the duos team, it always feels like a bad experience to see a trio on the other side. We also understand that filling out duos games with solo players often makes it feel like a lottery to see who gets the better team. To help with this friction, we'll be setting it up so that any solo player that gets matched against a larger fire team in either trials or competitive will be granted loss forgiveness for the match on the condition that they do not quit, go of AFK, or intentionally throw the game. Doing any of these actions will still result in a loss and potentially a matchmaking restriction depending on the severity and number of occurrences. We believe this change will have the effect of encouraging more people to play as a full fire team while also improving the experience of solo players who get matched with fire teams in these modes. This is a dub. Duos ruin my solo experience. Now, skill rework and player score stat. In Heresy, we have undertaken the task of updating our internal skill rating and adding a new visual indicator players can see to measure performance. While the skill rating is accurate on a macro level, there's a very high chance that a player 50 to 100 skill above another player is, in fact, the better player. There is room for improvement when comparing players who have very similar skills on a game-to-game basis, especially when reflecting performance in objective modes. There are three main changes we are making to the way skill is tracked. Make objectives on par with base kills for points. As it currently stands, objectives are either not tracked towards skill at all or are worth fractions of what kills are worth. This means that players who slay out but ignore the objective and lose can end up with higher skill ratings than players with less kills but who play the objective better than win. Dude, that sounds perfect. Sure, you don't want to play the OBJ? Fuck you. You should be getting matched with higher people. And this is coming from someone who always plays OBJ. In practical terms, skill had been defined for objective modes the same way it was defined for Slayer modes, which didn't always lead to an accurate indication of what players would contribute towards their team winning. Now, kills are still vitally important for any mode, but not all kills are created equal. As Shaxa said, your opponents cannot capture zones if they are dead. We're going to be adding additional points to kills that are in service to the objective. For example, this could be something like kills while your team has zone advantage and control, kills on an enemy that is attempting to capture an ally zone, or kills against the Spark Runner. Each mode that is not purely Slayer based will have a new objective defeat stat on the post-game scoreboard, which will detail which kills are eligible for this multiplier. We're also removing multiple farmable points like damage dealt, revives, and longest kill streak. These are not true indicators of skill performance. It can muddy the water, but we will still display them as informational stats on the post-game scoreboards. Overall, these changes will make playing the objective more valuable for modes, which have them allow players who get kills in service of the objective to have those contributions recognized and reflected in their skill. Additionally, being able to more appropriately determine how much value a player can provide to the team will help to improve the accuracy of our lobby balancing system. What does this all mean for you? In a very simplified explanation, our skill effectively works by taking the points you earn each game and comparing them both to your historical average and to the points earned by the other players in your lobby, as well as their historical averages. These results are then run through a modified version of the Glico algorithm to determine skill gains and losses and interpret it back into our skill Z values on a scale of -1000 to 1000. To better reflect this, we are going to be displaying a new stat called player score on our post-game scoreboard, which is a direct reflection of how many points you earn toward updating your skill rating in-game. On the pre-game Manners and Control and Iron Man and Control, the only two playlists where skill is currently utilized in matchmaking, will also display your seasonal average player score for those modes alongside that of your teammates. While the average player score corresponds to our internal skill ratings, it is not a direct one-to-one representation as we run several modifications in the back end to prevent direct skill manipulation. For example, intentionally tanking your skill to play worse opponents or to manipulate point gains in comp. We've also reworked this post-game scoreboards of all modes to show opponents defeated in combat efficiency, as we believe those stats are key to understanding how well you performed in each match. All right, so here we go. It's player score. Okay. Opponents defeated, objectives final. Yeah. We have also added additional stats to the scoreboard for more modes, including the longest chain. Okay. Dude, who's going to read all this shit? You guys going to read all this? I guess somebody's going to read it. So hold up. Player score. All right. Oh, okay. So it's going to take into account everything. And that way, all of us can properly measure each other's gamer dicks. Might be good. I mean, look, I want to know who's throwing the most. Now, comp changes, points rework. We have heard the feedback that point gains and losses in comp along with the expected rank system makes it feel like you have a little agency over your climb. And what you need to do to succeed can be opaque and hard to understand. For Heresy, we have removed the expected rank system entirely and streamlined the point gains and losses. The removal of the expected rank system means you will no longer be boosted up to the rank the game believes you belong in. The only way to climb the ladder is going to be win more than you lose at all ranks along the way, with some leeway based on personal performance. The new rules are as follows. Wins and losses, add and remove a base value of 100 points. Performance bonus, linked to player score and efficiency. Above average performance gives you +1 to +10. Average performance gives you +0. Below average gives you -1 to -10. Okay. Contribution scaler. This scaler modifies the performance bonus and exists to reward players who had an outsized effect on their team. This is only a positive effect, and the contribution scaler cannot ever negatively decrease your performance bonus below the -10 limit. This system can grant a bonus of up to +50 to either reduce the points lost on defeat or grant additional points for a win, and will be utilized in 2 circumstances. All right, man. Okay, I'm not gonna go there all. It was cool. Does anybody care about comp rank? No. Seriously, has anyone really actually cared? I get my loot, and then that's about it. I think for like what two seasons there, 3 seasons, I cared about reaching max, and then it was just like, yes, read it, bro. Oh my god. First, to help offset occurrences where some players contribute significantly more to the outcome of the game than others. Second, it can also be applied as a quitter compensation when a player has left earlier in the match, but the remaining players continue to finish it out. The skill modifier, based on the opposing team's average skill compared to your team's average skill, capped at -20 to +20, but based on current stats, 97% of games will be awarded between -10 and +10. With this new system in place, we expect almost all games to finish with players rewarded with point values between 80 and 120 for wins and -80 to -120 for losses, with an average of ±100. The range of points is as follows. Maximum win amount, 170. Minimum, 70. That's minimum win. Maximum loss amount, -130. Minimum loss amount, -30. Comp rewards. What in the BXR? Let's talk about the rewards coming to comp playlist and Heresy. New weapons. To start, we're very excited to introduce our second ever PR-55 frame pulse rifle, Redrix's S-Stock. It's the thrusting of a sword in the 13th, 17th centuries, having a long, narrow blade, a rectangular section. All right, that's cool. Now, Redrix's S-Stock is a stasis PR-55 frame pulse rifle. Left column, you have Encore, Lone Wolf, Perpetual Motions, and Moment, Offense Strike, Rhyme Stiller, Demolicious. Right column, you have Desperate Measures, Sword, Logic. Interesting. Desperado, Head Seeker, Rapid Hit, Kill Clip, Headstone, and its origin trait is stocks. Okay. You got Rhyme Stiller on it. Yeah, you got Headstone. You got Lone Wolf, which is really good. Lone Wolf, Head Seeker, Kill Clip. I mean, yeah, you got Kill Clip. I like things that help me in 1v1s. Now, new emblems. Earning Ascendant 3 will grant you the Winner's Circle emblem. Yeah, that's actually fire. That's a good looking emblem. That's actually a fiery looking emblem. When Heresy Act 2 goes live, we'll be raising the maximum rank cap from 10,000 to 15,000, allowing players at max rank to climb to the new Ascendant 0 division. Wins while in the Ascendant 0 rank will give you point progress in the same manner as the Trials aesthetic rewards towards earning the new Darkest Night emblem. And the higher your rank, the more points you get for wins. I mean, dude, both are clean. Both are clean, right? Should we subject ourselves to comp for that much? I don't know. A lot of work for an emblem, but it's a fiery looking emblem. Now, comp quality of life updates. We are making some changes to the existing collision game mode to improve the game flow. New logic will prevent the next zone from spawning too near to the active zone. Contesting a zone will now flip it to neutral, so neither team gains points, as opposed to the current behavior where the team that owns the zone continues to accrue points while it is in the contested state. Oh my god. Every game going to go to time now. The new zone will now show up 20 seconds before it opens instead of 15 seconds to give teams more time to move to the new area and contest the capture. The quit protection timer has also been increased up to 90 seconds to make sure that if a player is AFK at the beginning of the match and gets kicked, their teammates will still benefit from the loss forgiveness. Yeah, that's probably good. Slow capture collision. We're also introducing a new option called slow capture collision, which will debut in Crucible Labs and Heresy Act 2. Will be live in the private matches starting at the beginning of Heresy. Slow capture collision is a twist on the existing collision game mode, where the zone takes much longer to capture, awards a single point, and then rotates locations. The first team to capture 7 zones wins. Let us know what you think. If a player prefers it, we can replace the existing versions of collision in competitive. Now, playlist reorganization. Over the last year or so, we've been experimenting with various playlist configurations to offer as many different different experiences as possible with minimum splitting of the population. The solution we have settled on is to break our game modes up into 3 different categories: for game modes, quick play rotators, and events. If you'd like to refresh yourself on our various styles of matchmaking, please read this article. Core game modes. Our base Crucible offerings mostly unchanged from the previous seasons: Control, 6v6, Outlier Protection, Comp, 3v3, Ranked Base, Rumble, Free-for-all, Open Skill, Private Matches. Now, quick play rotators. Moving forward, we have split our quick play offerings up into 3 distinct nodes, all of which will rotate game modes weekly and utilize Open Skill matchmaking, connection-based matchmaking. This will allow us to showcase more modes more often without having to worry about certain modes only showing up once per season, or not at all. These modes have been designed to rotate in such a manner that there is a minimum overlap between them in terms of experiences to avoid them cannibalizing each other for population. So quick play, 6v6, Open Skill, standard Destiny gameplay in 6v6 environment, Clash, Supremacy, Zone Control, Rift, and Relic. Small team, quick play, small teams, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. Open Skill, standard Destiny gameplay in a small team environment. So doubles are coming back, 2v2 Clash, elimination variants, 3v3 elimination, Dominion, Countdown, Survival, and then competitive respawn variants, 3v3 Countdown, Rush, and Showdown, and then 4v4 Lockdown. Now, modify quick play, various team sizes, 3v3, 4v4, and 6v6 Open Skill, exclusively modes where the sandbox has been altered in such a way that standard Destiny gameplay is not possible. We understand that checkmate and hardware have been very popular with some parts of the community, so we've added an extra variant for each to the rotation to allow them to show up more often. Checkmate variant, 6v6 Control, and 4v4 Throwback, Survival, Trial, or Showdown, Countdown, Rush, literally what we had in like Trials of the 9, right? Hardware variant, 6v6 Supremacy, and 3v3 Hardcore, Elimination, Countdown, Dominion. Other modifiers, 6v6 Momentum Control, Mayhem Clash, and Scorch Clash. Dude, this is wild. When's the last time we had 4v4? Let's did call it. Let's literally said that Bungie could be trying out 4v4 again. Now, events. As we've already been doing with Iron Banner and Trials of Osiris, events will now replace the most closely related existing node for the duration of the run. The biggest change for Heresy is that Iron Banner is reverting to being active for a single week at a time instead of 2 weeks. We've also introduced a new Iron Banner quick play rotator option, which will appear alongside Iron Banner Control, and Crucible Labs will no longer be a standalone playlist and will now appear in the weekly rotation of the corresponding quick play node that is most relevant. How do you guys feel about that? Iron Banner coming back 1 week at a time? Probably, I see why Bungie didn't do it, because they wanted to do these trial changes first before taking away Iron Banner. But Iron Banner 2 weeks is just so long, man. I pretty much get everything I need within the first few days, maybe the first week. Granted, we played the game, so. Iron Banner Control, 6v6 Outlier Protection replaces Control. Both Iron Banner playlists will be active over the following dates: February 18th to the 25th, April 1st to the 8th, April 29th to the May 6th. Okay. Yeah, okay. So 18th is actually coming. Dude, what the god dog it, Bungie? This date is fucking me right now, Bungie. You know what I'm talking about. February the 18th, absolutely fucking me. I'm gonna have to make I gotta make changes to the schedule, Bungie. Iron Banner Quick Play Rotator, 6v6 Open Skill replaces Quick Play. Tribute, Fortress, Eruption. Trials of Osiris, 3v3 Open Skill Weekly Performance replaces Small Team Quick Play Dominion. Guardian Games Quick Play 6v6 Open Skill replaces Quick Play Supremacy. Crucible Labs, various modes. All right, yada yada, guys. This is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, so you see where things cycle out right here. Look, regular, right? Got your control node. Boom. Iron Banner Control, Iron Banner Eruption. And Heresy will have a total of 6 match-made nodes active at any given time. 4 of those will utilize open skill-based, that being connection-based matchmaking. 1 will be rank-based, and 1 will be outlier protection. All right, so we got some new playlists. You have probably noticed that we have a handful of new playlists shown in the bulleted list above, so let's break them down. Iron Banner Quick Play Rotator 6v6. Based on player feedback, we have broken Iron Banner up into 2 playlists. Each one replaces an existing node on the Crucible Director. Iron Banner Quick Play will be the new home for Eruption, Fortress, Tribute, and eventually Rift when it returns, and will feature the open skill matchmaking system utilized by our other quick play playlists instead of the outlier protection used for Control and Iron Banner Control. If you want to play some of the more party-oriented Iron Banner modes and take things a little less seriously, this is the place for you. All standard Iron Banner rewards can be earned in this playlist, just like in Iron Banner Control. Now, Lockdown 4v4. We have finally brought Lockdown back and reworked it to address the previous issues the game mode faced. Who else remembers Endless Games on Endless Veil? Lockdown works like a round-based version of Zone Control, with the twist that capturing all 3 zones immediately wins the round for the team that can pull it off, regardless of the score at the time. High risk, high reward. If you don't want to go for the power play, no problem. Hold 2 zones for longer than your opponent, and you can accrue enough points to win score instead. And again, this is going to be for 4v4. Checkmate Throwback 4v4. A new playlist that focuses on what used to be and may one day be again. Still the same Checkmate you know and love, with greatly penalized ability cooldowns, a special ammo meter retuned to be closer to its OG values, and modified weapon damage, but this time with a focus on small team combat. Survival, Showdown, and Countdown Rush are all on rotation. Dude, What happened? Weren't we supposed to get the special ammo meter back in the game for like everything? I thought that was going to become the default system. Hardware hardcore 3v3. Hardware has been popular enough that we wanted to bring it back more often, but with a different type of experience. If you have ever wondered what Trials would be like with no abilities, now is the time to see for yourself. Elimination, Dominion, and Countdown are on tap. No abilities, no respawns, no problem. Now play this rewards. We've also got new weapon rewards coming to both Crucible and Iron Banner. Iron Banner, Warlord Spear, Arc Adaptive Trace Rifle. Wanted. Left column, dynamic sway reduction, envious assassin, rewind rounds, high impact reserves, hip fire grip, loose change. Right column, desperate measures, kill and tally, target lock, 4 times the charm, redacted, origins is Iron Banner. Peace bond. Oh, that's a good little sidearm. Stasis adaptive burst sidearm. Left column, rangefinder, subsistence, zim moment, headstone, lone wolf, moving target. Right column, head seeker, desperado, rhyme stealer, desperate measures, demolitionist, kill clip, origin traits, Iron Banner. That's a really good sidearm. No lie, fellas. That's a great, especially this role, dude. I'm looking at, I don't know, maybe like Lone Wolf might be the play here. Lone Wolf, Head Seeker, might be nuts, dude. Or Lone Wolf, Kill Clip. Now, Crucible, Jockster's Longsword, Void Heavy Burst Pulse Rifle. Oh, this 2-round burst. Left column, closing time, demolitionist, dragonfly, killing wind, gutshot straight, lone wolf, pugilist, inline action, rewind rounds, repulsor brace, strategist, shoot to loot. Right column, adrenaline junkie, desperado, desperate measures, destabilizing rounds, withering gaze, head seeker, high impact reserves, under pressure, one for all, and swashbuckler, as well as zim moment and a redacted perk. Origins is Crucible and Nadir. Very, very good archetype inside of PvE, by the way. Like a Gerfalcon combo with this one being a Void one as well. You know what I mean? Now, general Crucible quality of life updates. We also have a handful of general Crucible changes that don't fit into one of the above sections, but we still wanted to call it out. Lobby balance. We made some changes to the paired player lobby balancer, so they'll fall back to the average lobby rank balancer less often when dealing with fire teams. Map weighting, 6v6 game modes, reduce VOS stock and multiplex from average weight to below average weight, increase burnout from average weight to above average weight. Dude, could we just one day get map voting again? What, you know, would that ever be possible? What is the downsides to map voting? Everyone chooses their favorite maps. Why is that? When did that go away? When did that stop? Like, a lot of games, dude, have like taken away map voting. It's got to be something with a matchmaking system or something. Some maps won't get played. Yes, the shit maps. Exactly. That's gonna be like the best analytic ever. Be like, wow, no one votes for this map. Well, it's probably shy. Competitive. Remove Citadel Clash and Multiplex Clash from rotation. These were previously at very low weight. Remove Radiant Cliff Clash from rotation. This was previously at average weight. Increase weight of Burnout Clash and Dead Cliffs Clash from above average to high weight. Compensate. Now, game mode rules showdown. Revise no longer subtract a point from the opposing team. Interesting. Now, future updates. This is the final note here from Bungie. We can't share a lot of details about what is happening in the Codename Frontiers timeline, but we're working on several things that we're really looking forward to getting into the Crucible. One thing we could talk about is the special ammo meter, which will be making its return, completely rebuilt with significantly more tuning levers and much less likelihood of causing local lag spikes or granting infinite ammo. Why has it taken so long, you ask? Mostly because the new ammo meter is tied into the largest game-wide rework of Destiny's ammo systems we have ever done. This has been a massive collaboration between multiple teams, including the Crucible Strike Team, engineering, activities, armor, weapons, and UI UX. The new system is shaping up well, and we're excited to get it back into the game once it has been completed. We'll have a lot more to share as we get closer to that time. But for now, we'll see you in the Crucible. Dude, y'all think this has anything to do with the whole vault? What do they, didn't they call it like a Vault 2.0 system or like Vault overhaul? This line right here. So we're in the process of developing changes to make tonics last longer. Yeah. Stay tuned for future. As also, we see how these changes are putting pressure on your vault. So we're in the early stages of planning long-term changes to relieve vault pressure that will start to manifest later in the year of Codename Frontiers. I don't know what that means. I have made my demands, Bungie. I want 2,000 vault space. I want 3,000 clan space. I want to bring the whole squad, the whole player base, and put it in one clan. I want to fly my ship. I want to customize it. I want Sparrow Racing Lead back, and I want Mara in a hot tub. There's a poll right now. Overall blog posts. Was this a W? Was this an L? 85% right now saying, 86% right now saying W. I gotta go, fellas. That's it, man. Those are your details for the changes coming to Crucible inside of Heresy. I'm excited. We'll see how it plays out. The main big takeaway from all of this is you don't have to go flawless anymore for Trials. You just have to play. The question is that enough? Is that going to be enough? Are people going to do it? Are you going to subject yourself to Trials? Think about it, though. Hold on. You don't have to go flawless in order to get the adept drop. You just got to play, baby. You just got to play. It's never enough. It never is.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.